everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the knee-slapping K-pop podcast. We are here after a very long time. We're not dead. I am Kayla, and today I am here with Sammi.
Hello.
And Maria.
I'm still alive, bitch.
We are still alive.
We are still alive. We are still friends. There was
here.
not a massive falling out.
Yes.
We did not have a massive falling out. We don't.
Oh no, we didn't. No,
We're not subtweeting.
No
Which is
drama to be had
Which is
here.
good.
We just
No
don't
drama.
listen to K-pop
We're fine.
anymore.
We just-
Is where we're
Yeah.
or
at.
at least as frequent. We definitely don't listen to it as frequently. No. You know.
No, for sure.
I barely listened to music before, and now I really don't. But we will get to it. So this is sort of an update video.
Yeah, me and Sammi very spontaneously decided yesterday, let's record an episode of the podcast. And then I was like, we did miss our 5th anniversary of the podcast, so we can just do a fun little
months ago
update on a live video and see how that goes. Just for funsies.
We're updating. So the format is we are going to update you on our K-pop thoughts of the year.
Yep.
Which aren't much.
Not many.
Yeah, truthfully, not a lot.
And then we will be updating you on everything that we've actually been into this year.
Yes.
And that is stuff that we've been into before, but like, what have we replaced K-pop with?
Exactly.
And I think we've just done
very different. Equally different.
They are all very different,
They're
but
kind
they
of
are
all over the
equally-
place.
Oh yeah.
I think all of them are equally as both nerdy and embarrassing as the K-pop.
Sure.
Like, we have not gotten better taste.
Right.
We've just gotten different taste.
For
Yeah.
sure. Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, it's the same, like, really, all of these are, the connection between K-pop and what we're into is a straight line.
Oh, yeah.
The straightest line.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly, it's barely a line. It's more like a sidestep, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
So, I think we should just get into our first and main K-pop topic, which is
Yep.
the best K-pop of the year was K-pop Demon Hunters.
Absolutely. What a fun
K-pop
movie.
motherfucking Demon
You know that.
Hunters,
You know
baby.
that.
What a fun movie.
Everyone knows
We
that.
Yes.
Everyone loves this
Iconic.
film, which is fantastic.
Actually, so good.
Which
What a
I'm
great
like
movie,
so happy
actually.
the reception towards this film.
Animated film of
Especially
the
in comparison to a certain Pixar movie that Pixar tried to shame people for not seeing original films on their fucking Instagram page. I saw you bitches at Pixar doing that shit, but guess what? We do want original films, bitch! But guess what? Your film ain't fucking it! It is motherfucking whatever the shit Sony's doing! So sit the fuck down, Pixar, and work on your shit better. Anyway, sorry, I had a mini rant there, because I was so pressed when I saw that. I was so pissed. I was like, are you kidding me?
Then it's even worse.
Because it was from their official Instagram page that they posted shit like that. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Then write a better fucking film then, bitch. It's like Sony's doing laps around you right now. These are the same. That's the same company that did the fucking Emoji Movie. Talk about going from the bottom. Now we're here. Like, come on, jeez. But yeah, fuck yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters. Great music, great animation, very nicely choreographed fight scenes.
Saja
by the way.
Boys
Very
are
happy.
the best K-pop group of the year.
But yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Saja Boys
K-pop group of the year.
K-pop group of the year. Saja Boys Infinite Better. Kayla and I would infinitely be the worst. Kayla and I would infinitely just be the worst people in that universe because we're infinitely more into the Saja Boys than
yeah.
I mean, honestly,
in every way.
Oh, for sure.
For the 2 songs
Honestly,
that they gave them for this
songs.
film, they're really good songs.
Their songs are great.
Their songs are better.
Huntrix
Their
is
songs
very
are better
KDA. Huntrix songs are not really K-pop sounding. They're very KDA, League of Legends sounding songs.
And KDA
I will say
is,
Golden's giving like
I
a little bit,
this.
but like
Sure, but
yeah.
Golden is also... I have the same problem with most of the Huntrix songs that I do with most songs that are made for fictional pop singers/groups, which is that the songs are too plot specific and relevant.
Yeah.
Like they kind of sound like
well, like they have to be.
yeah.
I mean, the Saja Boy songs are kind of, except you could argue Soda Pop isn't.
No, they're not. No, they're
your
not.
idol
Also,
is plot relevant. Your idol is
just
plot relevant.
Yes, it's plot relevant, but it's also a song that I could functionally see coming
Like
out and having no
K-pop boy
significance
group
to the plot.
could release Your Idol. Like any group
Golden
could do
Yeah.
that any day now.
Like it's the same reason of like if like think about it like this. If any of the Hannah Montana songs had been released as songs unconnected to this, you'd be like, what the fuck are these lyrics? This is not just a fiction. Like, it's not just a song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot.
And it's like they have to do that because it's a movie, but like it does make them a little bit worse because of that.
But it does make them a little worse in my opinion. They're not bad. They're actually quite good.
Yeah. I love the whole soundtrack for that movie. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But Your Idol, phenomenal.
Yeah.
We have
decided that Astro are just the Saja Boys. We have a 1-to-1 comparison of Astro and Saja Boys.
We did. Because
I can see that.
Because here's the thing. People are saying, well, no, Astro is just the soda pop version of that. No, they're not.
Nah.
They're also Your Idol. You gotta remember Blue Flame. You gotta remember One. You gotta remember all that other shit that Astro put out.
Mm-hmm.
They are both sides of the Saja Boys.
Yeah.
They are.
And also, Jinu is just...
That's Eunwoo. That is Eunwoo.
That's just... Look,
that's him.
Feel, everything. That is, without
also,
a doubt.
Side note, Kevin Wu from U-Kiss is one of the Saja Boy voices. So,
we know that.
Kevin Wu is all over the goddamn place in K-pop, Western K-pop media in this type of way.
Which is kind of wild.
And here's my problem with Kevin Wu. Kevin Wu has been desperate since all the way
K-pop,
back
the musical.
in the... No, here's the thing. No, Kevin Wu has been desperate for validation all the way since the after-school club phase of his career. So really, that desperation has only gotten worse as he's gotten older. Sorry, Kevin Wu.
This one was a hit for Kevin Wu. K-pop, the musical, very much not a hit for Kevin Wu.
More than he hits.
This one was
he's really attempting. I'm happy he got one hit in there.
He got something.
Oh, but to continue our Astro Saja Boys comparison,
yes.
Eunwoo is Jinu. Moonbin, rest in peace, is Abby. Fight me in the comments. Rocky. So Rocky and MJ, we had to
think about it.
Sort of fit by default. So Rocky's mystery and MJ is romance. Mm-hmm. And then we made Sana and Jinjin both
together,
baby, because there's too many members.
Both of them
one too many members of Astro. Yeah, because baby looks like Jinjin, but is the maknae like Sanha, so it all works out. That is the 1-to-1 comparison. Everyone's saying this person, that person, this person, that person. No. The Saja Boys are one K-pop group, and that is Astro.
Mm-hmm.
Fits perfectly. Astro was Soda in 2 of their music videos.
They sure were.
2 of them. Here, Breathless and Baby. They were Soda. And they also had Candy Sugar Pop.
Mm-hmm.
They were actively Soda twice.
Yes.
I just think you can't.
That's
you
Astro.
Can't knock it.
That's them.
That's just Astro.
That's them.
Astro icons.
I also want to say that
Unsung
Blue Tiger
icons.
and Bird with Hat are the best animal sidekicks in a movie we've seen in years.
Oh yeah,
so good.
I said this to you yesterday, but Derpy and Bird with Hat are the Gen Z version of Momo and Appa.
Yes,
probably. I forget what the historical connection is with the tiger and the face like that.
Bird?
No, the tiger. Because
Korea
there's something with
massive connection with tigers.
Yeah, but there's something with particularly a derpy face tiger that means specifically something. I'm trying to remember what it is. There's a reason why his face is like Derpy. That because
I
of
wish Derpy
the paintings.
had way better merch.
I know his merch is really low quality looking right now, and I don't love that.
I'm waiting for the Etsy merch of Derpy.
Yes,
because that's
give me
really
the
where
Etsy merch.
I mean, if Sony was smart, they'd be making merch for this film, trying to hire. I
need people to Etsy the artists to get on enamel pins and shit.
Derpy merch is not
okay.
Yes,
but there is merch. It's just not great. But Derpy and Bird with Hat, icons.
Amazing, fantastic, iconic.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Between animal that and the Saja Boys, best animal sidekicks of the whole year.
Absolutely fantastic.
I want 8,000 of these movies. One for each Saja Boy, one for each girl. All of the above.
All of them, please.
You need to bring back the Saja Boys. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what bullshit reason you give for it. If you make a sequel, the Saja Boys must return.
That would be cool.
I want Pro ZD to speak more than 2 lines voicing K-pop. I don't know.
I need to hear.
He's been. Pro ZD has been doing a lot of voice acting work actually for video for not just.
I hear him all over the place.
He's in freaking God of War Ragnarok. He's in that video game as I forget the squirrel character, but he's that squirrel character or whatever. He's done a few things too as well, and there's been another YouTuber that's talks about video games that's been on some done some voice work for some film too. I forget the name, but like now, like more and more they're trying to do like voice work here and there. So
well, it's
whatever.
becoming increasingly more common for people who are like video game voice actors to just also be like Twitch streamers and stuff. So that's also, I think, part of it.
Oh yeah, like the chick who's Aerith in the newest Final Fantasy VII remake game. She does Twitch streaming. Or then again, she might have done that prior to her getting the role too. So there's that as well. But still.
Yes, we have one other specific K-pop. We have a couple more specific. We have one big one, which is kind of K-pop related.
Highlight, and then we have two things we would like to mention.
Yes.
The other thing holding down K-pop, which again, this really says a lot about the state of our K-pop thing. That
right,
like,
these are our
K-pop
two
Demon
big
Hunters.
Yeah,
these are our highlights.
These are our highlights of K-pop.
K-pop Demon Hunters, which is a film, and also Cat's Eye, which isn't a K-pop.
Not K-pop, but like. I feel like that they have the right to be talked about on this K-pop podcast. That's very specifically K-pop.
Some of the best music of the year has been Cat's Eye.
Fantastic stuff,
including a
Cat's
song
Eye.
that I genuinely an insane
that EP's
song
solid. That EP's tight.
Works.
It's good.
Tight.
It's good. It took me a little bit to get into gnarly, but then I'm just like, this is
you and everyone else.
so unserious.
Well,
it's so unserious, and I'm like, okay, I kind of am into this. Like,
once
the unserious.
It's good. It's a well shot music video too, actually.
Once you realize that, like,
it's a pretty well shot music
in on
video.
It, like everyone knows, we know. Everyone know. Like once you realize that we're not attempting to be sincere, you're like, oh. Okay, so we know.
We know.
So
we know. We're in on how awful and like unserious this is, and I am a big fan of that.
And the fact that like it was only that song.
Oh yeah.
Like this wasn't a change in direction. It's like we're gonna do this. We're gonna be iconic and insane, and then we're gonna produce Gabriella, which sounds
the music video for Gabriella is top tier.
They got freaking Jessica Alba to crawl out of retirement practically from acting to act for a music video, which is kind of wild.
We also do love them continuously to be early 2000s icons because then they like yesterday they did
the Monster High
thing.
So
it's
good.
like we did Wings Club. We're Monster High. I'm like, oh, you are.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's like
you know exactly what to do.
They so get what like everyone wants out of them. I love that about it. It's like they so understand everything that the fans.
I mean, I'm curious how much it's them also influencing their music and stuff like that. Because with the States and like with Hybe in the States, I have no freaking clue. But like it's pretty clear that whoever is working with them, creating their brand, knows what they're doing with them pretty well.
But here's the thing: if it is them, if it isn't them, either it's a management team that knows that they're right. Or it's a management team that understands them so well that they know what they'd be good at. So either way, that's insanely good. It's either like someone who's willing to be like, oh, you think you should do this? I honestly think that would work. Let's go for it. Or it's you 6 people. I have a vision.
Yeah.
And the vision's amazing. And the vision works. The vision's incredible.
It's great. They're doing so good.
This. Hybe, say what you will about Hybe. But they
kind of a disaster right now.
I'm still kind of going through it, not entirely though, because he got BTS back, but still.
But let me make my point. Let me make my point.
Yeah.
My point is, say what you will about Hybe in many respects, but they have a vision for every one of their groups, and that vision works. They know what to do with them.
Yeah.
Because truly, there is a vision, especially with their girl groups. All their girl groups they have a very clear identity, which is what we've always said about K-pop is like, the worst thing you can do is not know who you are.
Yeah.
And whether that's manufactured, corporate, whether these kids are phenomenal actors and are doing something they fucking hate, or they just know how to put these kids together that know what to do, whatever that may be, the vision is visioning.
I did also watch Popstar Academy finally, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you did?
It's very fun. I think it's a fun show. It's like people make a lot of drama out of nothing on it. And I think it's a lot of people not familiar with like K-pop survival shows watching that and being like blah blah blah. And I'm like, whatever. It's a good documentary. I think
their
it's fine.
Survival show.
It's barely a survival show.
Yeah. I remember Dream Academy. No. Yeah. I remember Dream Academy.
That's barely a survival show too.
That's barely a survival show either. But I remember that show. People were also like really like, oh my god, these people, and I'm like, just simmer.
People just like
More
to
like
be mad at a lot of things for no reason.
Like we've always said this, K-pop fans love the negativity, even though we refuse to acknowledge that.
Yeah, but I think K-pop Popstar Academy is fun. It's gonna be jarring if you're not familiar with K-pop in any type of way, how that system works. But like it's fine.
Again,
I think it's
like
a fun
the
watch.
idea that Cat's Eye is like the only successful method of combining the K-pop trainee system, because it's not a full K-pop show. Like it's the system but adapted decently well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you take the parts that work and you throw away the parts that don't. I think. So then we're gonna go to miscellaneous. What are our miscellaneous?
It's just if anyone has any other K-pop thoughts this year, I have some. I just have a playlist and I'm just gonna list like the K-pop I have listened to and enjoyed.
Yep.
So Infinite had a mini album this year. I thought that was pretty good. And like none of what I am about to say is going to be surprising to anybody.
I enjoyed it.
SF9 I thought had a pretty good song and a mini this year. Where did it go? My K-pop playlist. There's not many things on it. From S9 had a really good song. And
recently,
recently.
I did hear that recently.
Like,
I was like,
that reminds me so
really
much
good.
of like 2020 era girl group K-pop, and I'm like, oh, this is what I've been missing.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Duncan Out of
Gem.
Planet probably is doing good for them so far. Apparently, you know.
Oh, ZB1 had the best mini album of their career this year. That was
ZB1
fantastic.
was
Love them
phenomenal
so much.
this year. I loved ZB1. I would like to give a shout out to 17, still killing it. The Hoshi Woozy mini album I really enjoyed.
P1 Harmony mini album, really good. I like
P1
that.
Harmony mini album.
Like, these are
really
all
good.
the groups I listen to just generally, so like none of this is shocking, but I did enjoy
Twice
some
just came
K-pop.
out with a song that I enjoyed. Oh My Girl had like a digital single for their anniversary, which I enjoyed because it's just an Oh My Girl song. Iconic. Love that for them. ZB1 was so good.
ZB1 is great. That mini
ZB1
album
was really, really
so good. Some of my favorite stuff of this year. I don't know, on a little side tangent, I haven't been watching it, but I've been keeping up sort of with performances and stuff of World of Street Woman Fighter. I've really enjoyed that show a lot. The team from the US is really, really, really good. I love them so much. I hope they win. Because as of this recording, the finale is next week. So I don't think they have any shot of winning, but I think they're easily the best team on the show. So love them. Love Motive. Love Marley. Marley is their leader. She is an icon.
And have you also been up to date on Boys 2 Planet?
Oh yeah, I'm not watching Boys 2 Planet. I will probably watch some of like when the performances and stuff come out. I didn't watch any. I've seen clips of the auditions on Twitter, and like it's wild to me how everyone has like the same shit to say every single time one of these shows come out. It's like, oh my god, the auditions are so bad and it's so much worse. And I'm like, we say the same thing every year.
It's like, girl.
And like I watch some of them and I'm like, this is no worse than any other year.
It's pretty
no worse than any other year this show.
It's like these guys have never seen American Idol or the X Factor or some other like, audition type show, and it's like, what were you expecting, guys?
Like, we say the same shit every single time. And also, like, the show is highly racist. Like, we know. It's racist every year.
That's not
it's
surprising for a bunch of countries
really
that
bad,
still
and it's
have
never gonna change.
History of like fighting and killing each other in the 20th century. Are we shocked by this? No, or at least if some basic history, you wouldn't be surprised that they are acting that way. Doesn't mean it's right, but no shit, they're acting that way. It's like, God.
Yeah, it's crazy how but it's like we repeat the same talking points on a loop. Yeah, it's like
the same
we just say the same
every
things
year.
every year.
I mean, let's be honest. Every survival show is someone's first survival show. So it's like the cycle continues, and the cycle's been going on for the last 15 years at this point. When was Produce?
2016, so almost 10 years.
So almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Almost genuinely a decade of Produce.
Also, the kid in the
Plus
center,
all the other ones
the kid who's the center has major bullying scandal happening. So we're already off to a super great start with that. So let's go on that. Great start.
They do. That's happened every time.
Every time.
At some point, a bullying scandal on, like, what would essentially at that point be a 12-year-old is just my eyes glaze over.
I know. I'm just like, okay.
Oh no, they were a piece of shit when they were 12. The same thing again and again. Okay, did they improve as a human being since then? It's like...
Some of them didn't, and that's the funny part.
So this kid, his bullying scandal is not from school, it's from his entertainment company. So it's like recent. Like recently was a bad
Never
person.
Mind. That's
okay, if it's recent, then there's more weight to that.
Never mind.
Yeah, so what I read up on it on Twitter was that it is apparently he has had like massive favoritism in whatever company or one of his past companies, to the point he would like use that like to his power to like treat other people like really poorly.
We do love getting to the essentially the equivalent of what's the smallest amount of power that's ever gotten to your head, and I'm like, that feels like the smallest
fucking
amount of power that can
a trainee at a
K-pop
favoritism
at a because he's not even from like a big company.
No,
he's
it
just
was
from a company.
A company.
So it's like being the favorite at a mid-tier. At best, a mid-tier K-pop company.
Oh yeah.
To treat people like what is the smallest amount of power that can corrupt?
Going on an insane power trip over that. Yeah.
We love the smallest amount of power.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyone else got any miscellaneous K-pop thoughts or anything? But I think that's it for the most part.
I think those are the big ones.
Well, I have a negative K-pop thought because I was reminded again. I saw the Black Label released a new co-ed group, and I was like,
oh my god!
Oh yeah,
we're really just embracing nepotism, are we? We're really full on embracing nepotism.
It's K-pop.
I hate everything about it. I hate everything about
K-pop has embraced nepotism.
It's like not even funny. I was like, god damn.
Sunny is the CEO's.
I hate everything about that group.
Sunny
it's a fucking disaster.
Like
we have a guy that calls himself Tarzan, and someone thought it was a great idea to be like, yes, have box braids or cornrows, or I forget which one it is, but you know.
I mean, I'll be honest.
But are we shocked at this point? No.
Is it sad that
it's not shocking? No. I'm not shocked in any type of way, though.
Because here's the thing. At this point, it's not even inventive, right? Can I just be like, it's not even new.
No,
right. It's just the same thing like, we've seen many times before.
Like semi-offensive thing, box braids, which we've done 1,000 times. This, which every scandal of this group is so uninteresting because it's not even a new scandal. We're even recycling the scandals.
That's cool. Wait, guys, wasn't there that whole Kiss of Life situation? Did it happen this year or was it last year?
Oh yeah,
it was this year.
We're not. Was that this year? I don't actually. I've lost track of time.
That was this. I think it was this year, but I don't want to even get into this.
What songs did they do?
We literally have a video on this scandal about. They had a party
that was
essentially black person themed.
Yeah, it was bad.
It wasn't set. They didn't say black person themed, but
that's
what
it was. That was in April. They might have used shit. I didn't realize that was that.
Please tell me it wasn't on my birthday.
Maybe they used the word urban.
Please tell me it wasn't on my
April
birthday.
Something.
It was in April.
It was for one of their birthdays.
It was for one of their
birthdays.
Oh God! It's just one of them have the same birthday.
It might have been. It was either hip hop or urban themed.
I think it was urban.
I think it was.
It might have been urban.
I mean, it kind of blends together at some point when they try to do that.
It's the same thing.
It was for Julie's birthday.
I'm gonna be honest. All of those mean the same thing. When you have a hip hop or an urban,
and you're a South Korean girl group. Thing. Like it's not a good.
When you're no. Urban means one thing.
Yeah.
I think around the world at this point.
Yeah.
Around the world. You can't use the urban.
Well, yeah, it's like
it's a phrase we should be
Black
using
American or like Hispanic influence.
It's
urban Hispanic.
No, it's
experience.
black. It's
no. It is,
urban means black.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Urban has always meant black. That's why everyone used it
it's
in like the early 2000s.
It's what they use it to try to get around saying it so they don't sound racist type of way.
Yeah.
Which honestly somehow makes you sound more racist.
Yeah.
Somehow urban feels more racist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're the people that need to be talking about this.
We're past our K-pop scandal days now.
many a more relevant person has spoken about this in April.
Had we wanted to continue our scandal icebergs and coverage of scandals, we would have done that, but we stopped that for a reason.
Honestly, I think
if
we
it
would
being
have
our
continued the scandal
highest
iceberg,
performing content, we stopped it anyway because we didn't like doing it.
I do genuinely think if we would have continued our scandal iceberg, I would have I don't know.
This podcast would have ended, I think, a year ago. If we,
it would have ended. Yeah. We would have had the. You know how we said we didn't have that falling out. I would have had a meltdown on podcast.
Oh yeah.
I would have genuinely had a meltdown on podcast if we would have had to. If I would have had to continue
on
live podcast. I would have somehow. I would have gone live. I think I would have gone live on YouTube and crashed out. If I were doing it live, because I'm the one. Well, I'm the one that had to fucking keep up with all of them for a whole year. I did that. God, yeah. And it was too much.
And then I wrote the scripts for all of the past Scandal Iceberg, and that was a fucking disaster looking up articles and shit for that. Because they don't, because I helped you with a couple of them because at some point. Because we attempted to go so far back.
But the current ones, they have too much information.
There's so much.
People make too many statements.
So we don't do, so that's why we don't do that.
We're done.
We're done with the scandals.
Let's be done. We're done.
I will say, I am still following it, and I don't think there's really a winner or a loser. I'm just, like, sitting back with the popcorn going, I'm just curious to see how this plays out in court at this point.
I just don't even know.
I don't care who wins at this point. I just want to see how they interpret all this bullshit.
I would just like there to be an ending to it, you know?
Genuinely, I just want it to be over.
It's heading towards it. I just don't know how close it is to the ending. But honestly, even if it is over,
you know? I don't truly, I do not give a shit anymore. Yeah, whatever happens,
it's too
is whatever.
That thing's been going on so goddamn long.
Honestly,
I don't even know
here's the thing. If anything, the most complicated parts of that whole situation is honestly everything related to Minnie Jin specifically in her lawsuits. Because the New Jeans stuff, in my opinion, is pretty goddamn straightforward. Like, at the end of the day, in terms of the legal shit.
Honestly, the thing with the New Jeans stuff is that I still subscribe to one thing, which is that for the most part, when you are in any sort of legal thing, you shut the fuck up and let a lawyer talk. And I think we're really seeing the effects of not shutting the fuck up and letting a lawyer talk within this whole situation. Whether you are right or whether you are wrong. I think that anytime you are in a law situation or being spoken to by a police officer, you shut the fuck up and get a lawyer.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I think that is just very good advice for life.
Advice to live by.
Shut the fuck up and get a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Especially in these troubling times. Moving along.
Moving along. Done with the K-pop, and then we're going to have a drastic drop-off in listenership now.
Oh, God. Maybe.
Bye-bye, listeners.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll come back. Maybe we won't. Who's to say?
Who knows? Who's to say?
But we have gotten into things.
Yes.
The first one is something we've already spoken about on this podcast.
We have.
How was Eurovision this year, Kayla? What'd you think?
I'll say that the results announcement was like the most stressful 20 minutes of my entire life. Like that shit was awful.
It was honestly
awful to live through.
I was like sitting back listening to y'all talk about this crap, and I'm like,
this year was worse. Drama. It was worse.
All the drama.
This year was somehow worse than last year.
Worse than last year, and I didn't think that was possible. And maybe it was because I wasn't expecting it this year that made it worse. But
maybe. What were your thoughts on everything? Like
everything
favorites?
Else, great. We love the Sada Boys. Actually,
we do love
Robbed.
Kai. They're phenomenal. Robbed. Our iconic
Milkshake
kings.
Man. Very sad for the Milkshake Man.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate for the Milkshake Man.
Yep.
Other favorites from this year's Eurovision, I would say, I like Wasted Love. I don't think it should. It's not my favorite.
It's boring, but I liked it. It's good. It's good. It's a very safe and like technically good, very good song. Like everything about it's good.
Technically, it's phenomenal.
I see why it won, but it's a little bit boring. Understand. Because I'm into Eurovision for the fun. Like I'm here for fun.
We are. You're into. Did you prefer? We basically have the very If you're a Eurovision fan, we have the commonplace opinions. We loved Vibe.
Yep.
We loved those Icelandic twinks.
Boys. Yeah.
Love the Athletic Twins.
I really like the Charlie XCX Germany song. Like I actually went and listened to that album.
That is one of our more controversial opinions.
I went and I listened to the full album of that song that it's on, and I liked it a lot. So I listened to German electro pop now,
even though we do not condone what the brother has said, he has had some slightly far right
we don't love
opinions.
That. Nope.
We don't love that.
Wait,
Erica Vickman's an icon.
Erica Vickman, a fantastic.
Wait, who is this guy?
I also really like a Party. That's really fun.
Like a Party.
Really
fun.
Funny. Really fun.
Germany had this brother-sister duo whose name
Germany.
is...
Okay. All right.
Arbor and Tina.
Yeah, Arbor has maybe had a scandal where he had some far-right opinions, but they're all translated from German, so I don't actually know what he said. Best part of that whole thing was the Katia and Baby Lasagna duet.
Oh, so good. Absolutely.
Iconic.
The fucking Rim Tim Tuggy Tim and Cha 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 mashup.
Cha-cha.
Literally the most iconic thing imaginable.
Eurodab,
great,
iconic.
fantastic.
Iconic, fantastic, we love.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I liked Portugal, but I understand. We love being the least we love beating the odds. That's all I will say about them. Justina from Poland, I want to be that woman when I grow up. She's looks amazing, is iconic.
Oh, Serving Cunt, love that song.
Serving Cunt.
Love that.
Oh, love that.
Love that.
A bit much,
it's
but
a bit
I loved
much,
it.
but I love it in concept. I think it's funny.
This year just felt cunty.
And
I loved it.
Super cunty
between
this year.
Serving Cunt, Justina, Erica Vickman,
yes.
Even the whatever her name is from Spain, everyone just seemed like they were having the most fun of their lives.
Yes.
Tommy Cash almost won.
We were, and we almost, and we had to be like, maybe this is the outcome we want, though. Like this is
at some point
one of
I
our
was
last.
just like, I kind of want Tommy Cash to win,
right?
And he didn't.
He was one of our last hopes, though, and I was like, oh god.
And honestly, trust me, don't attempt to explain Tommy Cash to me. I understand Tommy Cash. I understand Tommy Cash as an artist. I understand Tommy Cash outside of Eurovision.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I still do not like it.
Weird. I think he's just a little weird.
It's not that I don't understand it. It's that I just don't like it. And I think that weird, what was it? We had a phrase for it, and I'm like, post-irony is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I understand what it is. I still think it's dumb. I think the idea that earnestness is bad is so dumb to me.
Yeah. It's not, I don't really like his style of stuff, but it's whatever.
Neither do I. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I also really liked, looking back, that girl from the Luxembourg song grew on me a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, also, I have to mention Lithuania. The depression
oh,
music,
yes, the emo.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So
loved it. It's so, people did not understand the vision.
They
should have understood the fucking vision. We
vision.
understand the vision. Phenomenal.
The hair, I think, really added a lot to it. I think
the hair and the fact that he has these piercing blue eyes.
Yes.
And we were very close to him. Phenomenal. Loved him.
Mm-hmm.
This was a great Eurovision year. It's unfortunate how the results were going.
Very
but
unfortunate.
We're still. But Martin Uchazal has left.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Hooray! We love.
And we might. Who knows? There were this year more so than last year because we were so close to disaster.
Oh yeah.
Maybe something will change.
Hopefully, we'll have to see.
Hopefully, because it's gonna. We'll see how this goes.
I really do think if they'd win Eurovision, that's the end of Eurovision.
That's the end of Eurovision. I don't know if we're going.
That's the
I
end.
don't know if it's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to host.
Yeah,
no.
I don't think it happens if they win. I don't think it does. I don't think it.
We've reached the 69th Eurovision. Nice. But we might have not reached 70.
Right.
If the disaster had happened.
Oh yeah.
We keep brushing up against disaster, and it's very bad.
It's very bad.
Also, that song was not worth the points. That song was a mid-2000s
It was so boring.
bullshit.
So boring.
It was a mid-2000s bullshit. All right.
Yes.
That's our Eurovision opinions.
Yep.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 14. I play a lot of Final Fantasy 14 now. I was doing that before we kind of stopped doing the podcast anyway. I've been playing it for over 2 years now.
And you sometimes stream it too.
I do sometimes stream. I haven't in a while. I started Savage Raiding, and that's what I would stream. I don't really know what my future in that is yet. Because I have rage quit both groups I've been in for the 2 tiers that I've done before finishing the tier.
In both of those
I crashed
groups.
out in real time this year with my raid static, and I was the closest I have ever been in my life to cussing out a person in real life, and I'm like, I simply need to leave right now. So I literally faked an internet outage.
Wait, you did? Wait, why?
And then ranted at me and Lucas for like a half.
And then went into voice chat with
do?
Lucas and Sammy.
I don't know. Do we want to put this out?
Probably not.
Let's talk about this offline. I don't think we want to put this out on the internet, Maria.
It's really petty bullshit, honestly. It's nothing bad.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, this is just a right person I met on the internet, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
right.
it's I think I've realized I simply do not have the same amount of patience as other people. If when I am running this content, I need to be making progress. I can't just do it for fun, I guess. It's I really, if I'm gonna commit time to this, I need to be making progress in some type
momentum.
of way. Not that I want to be in a toxic environment. I don't want to surround myself with toxic people who are only interested in progress, but it gets to a point where it becomes no longer fun at all.
At some point,
and I've reached that point multiple times.
I don't play this game, but at some point you guys were doing the same thing so many times. I was quoting I could quote back the lines of everything you were doing.
And that's how these things work, really.
And I don't know what
you just have to keep doing the same thing.
But you sounded so miserable, and I'm like, Kayla, you good?
When I'm doing this for 12 weeks in a row, and we've made no progress in the past 4 weeks, I'm I simply I don't have the patience for this anymore. Me personally, I have better things I can be doing with my life right now.
That's fair. I mean, hell, you could use your Final Fantasy 14 shit for something else you want to do in Final Fantasy 14 than that crap.
And that's the thing, is it severely ruined my enjoyment of the game as a whole as well. I didn't log in to do anything except for raid for I want to say 3 or 4 weeks before I quit. I was only raiding, and I just couldn't play the game outside of that because I was so done with it. Yeah. And then I didn't log into the game for I think a straight 2 weeks after I quit because I was so exhausted.
You were burned out.
Yeah,
they burned you out of a hobby, which is and then it's I got to the point when I quit. I was I don't need to be getting this fucking upset over a goddamn video game on the and people on the internet I don't know. I simply don't need to be doing this with my time.
No, exactly.
There's no need for this.
But that's also why for me
so who knows if I will stream that anymore.
Yeah. But that's also why for me I have to have a rotation of hobbies for what I'm doing. Listen to music because that's pretty consistent in podcasts, but the other hobbies video games or reading or actually having the energy to want to do watch TV shows, that rotates. That always rotates depending on my mood.
I have 5 or 6 concurrent hobbies at all given times, and it's just I simply could be doing so many other things with my time. Yeah.
It's important to have variety.
But there's that. I might stream on Twitch again. I haven't decided if I want to do next year or not, or even finish the one I'm currently on. For anyone who doesn't know, there's 4 fights in each tier of content. We got halfway through the last one, and before I quit, I have friends who are willing to let me speed prog the last fight at some point in time if I ask about it. So I might do that. I don't know if I want to be committing 6 hours a week to raiding anymore just in the future, so I haven't decided what I'm doing with that yet.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
It's just, who knows. I do play the game casually now, and now that I have stopped raiding, I do just play it every day and do shit on my own, and I enjoy that a lot more, so that's fun for me.
Oh, yeah.
Still do play the game. So, would you like to tell us about your firefighter procedural?
Oh, yeah, Sammy. Talk to us about you watching firefighters on a TV show. A fictional TV show.
It's a very popular show, thank you very much. I watched 911 in my spare time. Look, I grew up on procedurals. I think we all did, to an extent. A procedural is an iconic moment between, I watched a lot of Criminal Minds as a child. Bones. many others whose name escaped me right now, but 911's an icon of our time. Angela Bassett's great. We love Angela Bassett. We love just Buck as a character. And at this point, this year has really started last year, because 911 airs over the winter seasons. But this year, I watch it live. I've been watching it live for like the last 2-ish seasons. And this year, Kayla has essentially not watched it, but
I've watched it through the lens of Sammi reactions, is what I have done, yeah.
Which is fun, because I got to explain to you what a B-NATO is.
The B-NATO. You sent me the,
I did send
the trailer for the B-NATO, and I was just
I did send you the
and
trailer for
we're
the
doing this
B-NATO.
on network television.
We're making a B-NATO on network television. You also were there for a
major defining, like, emotional moment of this show.
So here's the fun thing about that. I would like to hear it described from your perspective. Let me set the context of the show. It's firefighters. It's 911. There's a group of firefighters, one of whom is the fire captain, surrogate dad, etc., etc., and then proceeds to be caught in an emergency where he dies of a super virus or whatever the hell we called it.
Right.
And the thing is, I had told you, oh, weird, they're filming a funeral, but why the hell would you spoil a funeral?
Right.
And then we're getting to the end of the episode, and I'm like,
Very
it's not
end
gonna
of the
happen. They're not gonna
episode.
kill him.
They're not gonna kill anybody.
And then
they
we
do.
have a very emotional moment where he's talking to his wife Angela Bassett and his surrogate son, and then he dies.
He dies.
And I'm like, he can't die. And then I proceeded to bawl.
Yes.
And Kayla was just there.
Yes.
How
And
would you describe this situation?
I don't know what to do in this situation because TV dad has died, which is clearly
My TV father has
terrible.
died in front of my eyes. I watched my TV dad die.
Damn.
And I was just I cried for like a half hour.
You did.
And the entire time I was telling Kayla, I don't know why I'm crying.
Yeah, and it was I don't know why I'm crying while you are sobbing over his death. And then took several days after his mourning as well.
That's the beauty of storytelling.
It's the beauty of film.
That's the beauty of storytelling, man.
You want to know what never made me cry? You want to know what never made me cry?
Horror films?
Game of Thrones. Prestige television.
Yep.
I've cried during horror films. I've cried during multiple horror films.
I have never once cried during
television.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Game of Thrones never made me cry.
Fair enough.
I can't imagine Succession would ever make me cry. Severance, never seen it. Never gonna make me cry. And none of that, no. Network procedurals, that's where the emotion hits. That kind of show, that makes you, highly recommend 911. It's not just two of the firefighters might be gay next season. Who knows?
You've been teasing me the gay firefighters for I think a year now. It was like
One of
maybe
them
they're gay.
One of
maybe
them
they're
is
gay
a
now.
bisexual.
Then it never hasn't happened.
It's not my fault that the TV
It's
show
not.
won't commit to the I'm sorry. I've shown you multiple clips of those firefighters. Are they not gay for each other? They're gay for each other.
They are.
And
The
show refuses to commit. You'd think Ryan Murphy would commit to gay.
You would
but
hope
he didn't.
so.
He didn't. They were supposed to be gay like 3 seasons ago, but the network wouldn't let it happen. Boo.
The network. It's always the network.
It's always the fucking network. Moving on to porn.
What?
This is not
not
actual porn. In a way.
In a way.
Explain.
But who's to say?
Fourth Wing. Me and
Fourth
Kayla have
Wing.
read Fourth
Oh,
Wing.
God.
I read
Okay.
Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
I'm not
was
done.
like,
I'm not
wait,
done with. I'm not
porn?
done with the last book yet.
What?
I will say.
I was
You're
like,
not done
oh,
with Onyx
God,
Storm?
there it is. Yeah, I have not read this.
There's porn in Fourth Wing.
I have listened to too many book reviews of this, and that is further encouraging me not
I'm
to
not
read it.
done with the
It's
last
I'll listen
book
to you
yet.
both talk about
it's
it.
been
I
sitting
don't
on my
care.
floor.
I don't care. I'll listen to you guys talk about
Sammy
it.
Here's the
bought
problem.
me the whole series for Christmas, and so here we
I
are.
did do that. I did do that. Look, can I be real with you? Maria has heard a lot about Fourth Wing, and I think Maria has the opinion, if she were to read Fourth Wing, would have the opinion most people have about Fourth Wing.
That it's bad.
Which is that it's poorly written trash.
Yes.
Me and Kayla have the opinion about Fourth Wing is that it's the best fantasy book I've read
It's
in
great.
years.
I love it. And
Because
it's,
me and Kayla hate fantasy.
I hate world building.
That hurts.
I don't think world building.
I hate
this
fantasy
Is
and
why
I hate
fantasy
world
and
building.
sci-fi
Ouch.
are awful. This is why I hate, and this is also why I hate sci-fi more than I hate fantasy, because the world building in sci-fi is like, it's world building plus space.
My hot take is that I actually think sci-fi world building's harder for me to get into than fantasy world building. It's like I don't know what it is, but I just have a much harder time trying to latch onto that in like book medium especially. I'm sorry. But anyways.
And also then there's people that are like, "Oh, Fourth Wing is flimsy world building." Flimsy world building? Give it to me. I do not care for world building. I want dragons. And this show,
like a cool book about dragons. That's what I want. Like, that's literally all that I'm asking you.
And a sexy guy.
Right?
Dragons. Like, sassy dragon?
Here's my thing is I fucking love dragons. That. Like, I love dragons. And my thing when I read books is, like, not what I think other people, like, when they consume media care about is I am a very character and plot-focused, like, person when I, consume media. Yeah. And I think Fourth Wing is really giving me good character and good plot, and that's, like, why I like it so much.
Liam's death in Fourth Wing? Iconic.
Oh.
Awful.
Similarly to Sammy's experience with 911, Sammi got me, I think, 20 minutes after reading Liam's death in Fourth Wing and, like, just getting done sobbing and me having to rate in Final Fantasy in a half hour. And I'm like, what do I do? I'm not emotionally okay right now.
For this. I'm not emotionally regulated for this. But, yeah, 3 books in, iconic. I've also just started reading ACOTAR.
I will get to that eventually. I think Fourth Wing really opened up the romantasy genre for me in a way that I wasn't interested in before, but that's like a whole genre book I'm like really into now. I think somehow
the romantasy genre might be our genre.
I know.
The biggest... See, this is why you need to read reviews, not just look at the star rating. Because a 1-star rating, but the first line is, it has flimsy world building. 5 stars, baby. 5 stars. 5 stars.
I think what's really funny about me and Sammi reading Fourth Wing, both as asexuals, is like, I will say there's too much sex in the second book. I'm a little bit like, let's fucking get our shit together here, guys.
I mean, at that point, I'm just like, why isn't it not considered to be 50 Shades of Grey at this point? I'm like,
But, like, it's not decent. 50 Shades is actually badly written, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've read 50 Shades. No, I read most of the first one. I never finished it. But I was also probably, like, 14. So maybe it's, maybe it was an issue of age.
That as well, yeah, who's to say?
I'm not going to go back to it, that's for sure.
No.
But yes, Fourth Wing, phenomenal. 10 out of 10.
It's a great
series. I don't think we need to be...
And it's a thing that I can't fucking talk about it in the public because people's opinions on it or whatever. It's like, there's no changing anyone's opinion on how they think the book is, so...
Here's the thing. I think we have the same opinion. Here's the thing with Fourth Wing. Objectively, everyone has the same opinion. It's just how you think about that opinion.
Yeah.
Whether that is a positive or a negative. Because, like, weird writing choices and bad world building, for me, is a positive. Because I think it's the most fun I've had reading a book in years.
Same.
It's still
It literally got me back into reading books. Like...
Exactly. On the other hand, if you want, like, fucking Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
Go
ahead and you have fun with that. I'm never gonna pick up a Brandon Sanderson book in my life.
Never will. But, to each their own. But again, I think one man's negatives is another man's positives.
Exactly.
Iconic.
All right. Maria, would you like to talk about one of your... hobbies
about your
year?
Oh god, there's too many. That's the problem.
You gotta pick
something.
Pick one
anything.
or 2. You gotta pick 2.
Let's go with this thing. Let's go with shit I've been watching because that's a general blanket term for it. Because I actually have decided to not watch YouTube all the fucking time. I'm starting to now watch shows and films again. I know, shocking. Well, for me, I say that because there was a good while where I was just not interested in watching shows or like films in general. It was pretty much just like YouTube for a good while. But recently I had the kick, so it's a little bit varied though. So I'll try to do a quick rundown as possible. And there's some things I need to finish up and stuff, but I'll highlight anime first. Finished the second season of Apothecary Diaries. I fucking love that series. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It is fantastic. I love that other people love it. I
might actually start watching it because I have Netflix now, so I might actually start watching Apothecary Diaries soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Netflix
I have access to Crunchyroll, so I've been doing that. Obviously K-pop Demon Hunters falls in, but as for Apothecary Diaries, I've also been trying to keep up with the light novels, so I just finished the light novel 5, so far digitally. 14 have been translated into English. I think recently Japan just released the 16th one, but the digital version of it is, the print one's taking a sweet-ass time trying to play catch-up, but the digital version is pretty up-to-date, so I've been trying to catch up with that. I finished the 5th one, so I need to start the 6th one. However, in terms of other adaptations, another anime I've been watching is the Anne Shirley one, which is, of course, an adaptation of 3 books within the Anne of Green Gables series. That's been lovely. It's been such a nice one to watch, and I love it. It's the story of like Anne Shirley in anime form. I think it's hella fucking cute, and we're going past like the first book. We're going to 2 other additional books, which is great. We're not just stuck on book 1, where that, you know, every fucking adaptation covers verbatim again and again and again. It's fantastic. Love it. And right now, I think there's going to be 24 episodes total in this series, and I think they just released... I think I literally just watched the 16th one today, so now she's finally in college, so we're on the 3rd book now. So, great. Excited to see how that plot entails, how that unfolds. So, like, she's an adult. Fantastic. So yeah, that's been a blast for me, too. As for other types of, film media and stuff I've been watching, for some reason, I don't know why, but I have gotten back into watching fucking Jane Austen adaptations and just actually rereading her books. I'm in the middle of reading Lady Susan right now, which is like a very unique story, but that's more of like a book discussion. I guess it ties in. It's like a book discussion thing. I've been watching, like, I rewatched, it's been a hot minute, the 1995 Pride and Prejudice miniseries. I watched the 2008 Sense and Sensibility miniseries, which I think was produced by the same guy who did 1995 Pride and Prejudice. Sense and Sensibility one, I like that one a lot. What else did I watch recently? I watched a couple adaptations of Mansfield Park. The one from the 80s, that's the BBC miniseries, is watching paint dry. It's the nicest way to put it. But it's apparently the most book accurate, which I have to read that book at some point. But the other one is the film version from the 90s. Definitely took liberties. I'll leave it at that. There were some very interesting choices, which I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's a decent film still, but in terms of an adaptation, it's kind of like, I don't know. But I also did, what else did I watch recently? Persuasion. Really liked Persuasion. I thought that was, I watched a couple different versions. One from, like, 1990, probably also 1995, honestly. And then, actually, yeah, the other one from, like, 2007, I think, or 2009, 2008, that time frame. Both of them, I think I really like both adaptations of that story. And I think they're, I don't know if they're perfect adaptations, but I think they both present that story of Persuasion in a very, like, in different ways, but I think they both work. So I've enjoyed that. What else have I watched? Oh, and I watched a couple other, what's the terminology? I guess you could say inspired by Pride and Prejudice kind of, stuff, which is like Bride and Prejudice, which is the Bollywood film, which that one's kind of, that one was fun. And it looked like, based on what I saw,
I guess I should be more less surprised that that exists, but I'm not shocked.
Yeah,
I guess
that's a fun one. That one's a fun one.
I've seen I've seen clips of that one. That
one's a blast, and I think it's actually, you could argue it's one of the better versions of Mr. Collins, of the Mr. Collins character, should I say? Because obviously, different name and different occupation. But that's a fun Mr. Collins character, and also just, it's Bollywood dancing. It's great. There's a couple. Mr. Darcy is a white guy in this film. I will say that, and then the Bingley, quote unquote Bingley character, obviously is British Indian. So, very unique twist there, and how it ties into, and it takes place in the Punjabi region because there's some key I don't know if I can go into it, but like as well or as thoroughly well. But there's some key indications that it takes place within the Punjabi region, which is like which is in North India. So yeah. And then I also saw like literally this morning because it's that kind of week. I woke up too early, got bored, and was like, okay, what's on Tubi? So then I found, or actually, was it on Tubi? No, it was on Hulu. Sorry, I was on Hulu. And it was Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, where it's literally Pride and Prejudice, except, you know, there's a zombie apocalypse in the Regency period. Fun. So yeah, we got the Bennett sisters whipping out knives and pistols and flintlocks and muskets and shit, killing zombies. Fantastic. And yeah. So that happened. That was a thing. I know that's also based off an actual book that is called Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I don't know who did the spin-off version of that, but yeah, it's basically runs a similar, you know, the storyline, it's similar, but obviously you throw in, you know, the preventing a zombie apocalypse from killing all of, you know, England, I guess, situation. Definitely wild to take that story to that length, but yeah, that was a thing. It was good. It was good. I don't have too many complaints about it, but it was good. But did I watch anything else notable? I don't, not off the top of my head in terms of film and television. I think that's like the wrap up there. Yeah, so I feel it's kind of nice to get back into film and television again, because I was off it for a hot minute because I was just like, I don't know why, but I was like very, very off it. There's a couple other things I want to try to watch at some point, but mainly in preparation for what I want to talk about as my second topic, but I'll get into that later on though. But yeah, that's about it. I'm getting back into watching TV and movies, which I feel happy about because it's been a real hot minute since I did that. But yeah.
Relatedly, Sammy, since you have Netflix again, I have a anime recommendation that I think you would like.
Oh boy.
It's called The Summer Hikaru Died.
Yeah, I have been meaning to watch that. I need to.
Eldritch horror anime.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I need to watch
where
that.
It's like the whole premise of it is like one of these these two boys, they live in like a mountain Japanese like small town village area. One of them disappears into the mountains mysteriously and then dies, and his body gets taken over by like an eldritch demon. And his other friend kind of realizes he's like that it's happened, but is like hiding the fact that it's not him from like everybody else, and like the entire like their like romance and stuff about him and like the being that is like pretending to be his friends but not really is also very much like a metaphor for like queer romance. And I think it's just two things combined. I think you would like it. There's only 2 episodes of it out right now, but I think it's really, really good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch that. I do want to watch that because that's been a manga that I've been wanting to read relatively recently. I didn't go. I don't know if I'll go into manga in the second part. I might do manga and video games for the second part. But no, that's a manga I've been wanting to read, but like and then they announced a show and I'm just like, well, I might as well just wait till more episodes of the show come out to watch it. But it's one of the few horror anime that I'm actually really interested in watching because it's been quite
really,
popular.
Really good
it's been quite
so
popular,
far.
so
yeah, the premise for it I really think is very good. And it's so far the 2 episodes of the anime that are out are fantastic, so highly recommend that.
I have to watch it. All right, that's fun.
Yes.
Also, side note, I love the art design they do for the manga volumes for this story because it's like
I've seen some of the manga. And I do like what they do with the
cover art mainly because I'm like they just do basic primary colors for the background. It's just the character figurines, like not like a figure like them just drawn as they are, but like with like basic color backgrounds. And it's like there's something about that, even though it's not like outright horror, that just gives me off vibes, which I'm like, ooh, that's clever.
Yeah, it's kind of towing the line between being like a horror and like a just kind of like it's like it's kind of a romance, and the horror elements are more so generally unsettling than it is like straight horror than a lot of other stuff is. So it's a really interesting mix of that.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm. So my other big thing I have gotten dragged into is VTubers. I'm really into VTubers now.
Please explain this because I want to understand.
I cannot.
I want to know.
Yeah, so it's very specific actually too. Because I'm into like corporate VTubers specifically, which is like an entire like own genre within VTubing. But I got dragged into this because one of them was on a podcast that I listened to, and I was like, oh, he's kind of funny. I'll look into him and like the other people in his company, and then like the YouTube algorithm kind of took over, and I kept getting like recommended like more and more like stream clips and stuff about like all these VTubers, and I'm like, well, I guess this is where I am now. I'm in the VTuber
I guess this is
space.
what I'm doing now.
This is what I'm doing. I'm into
this
VTubers
is who I
now.
am.
So, like, there's like a lot of different ways you can go about being into VTubers, and like what I view VTubers as, I think is probably one of the lesser common ways, because to me they're just content creators, because that's what it is. They're like, for me, no different than, they're like a fancy version of just like a Twitch streamer. But when you work for like one of these like VTuber corporations, you have more rules to follow. Like they have to get licensing rights for other games and stuff, but in a way it's like very beneficial because they get to do a lot more, like they get more resources to do like covers and like special events and stuff like that. It's also like it's a much easier way to gain popularity than if you were to be an indie VTuber, because the indie VTuber route, you're kind of just doing the like a Twitch streamer thing of like you just do it forever. But if you audition for and get into a company, you're kind of like immediately handed popularity type of thing. It's like and it's very K-pop in that way. A lot of the way that corporate VTubing works reminds me so much of K-pop. It's very similar to K-pop.
Damn.
Especially because the way they debut like VTuber groups is in like units and stuff, and like it's just very reminiscent of like a K-pop company, like in the way that that's structured. Specifically, I am very into Hollow Stars English. Here's the other thing is I almost like exclusively watch like male VTubers, because not that I don't watch female VTubers, but the male VTubers for me are much more similar to just being like a Twitch streamer and a content creator. The female VTubers like almost like lean too much into also being like a J-pop idol type situation, and like that's a thing I'm less interested in.
Yeah, fair.
And that's like the other thing is like that's the way I view VTubers, is like as a content creator. A lot of people view them as like just a character. I don't really like doing that, and a lot of people view them more as like a J-pop idol, and the way that you view them also, I think, vastly like changes the way you interact with like them in the fandom. And like that's like I think one of the big sources of conflict for me in terms of being in that space is because I view them like differently, because at the end of the day, like there are just like that's like a person using like a VTuber model, so I don't like to I feel like it's like slightly dehumanizing in a way to view them in any other way other than that. And I feel like a lot of other people would not agree with that in that way, but not that that's like the biggest deal, because everyone is like most people in that space are respectful of a lot of things, but I think it's fun. Mainly for me, it's like I've gotten into like this group of VTubers, and it's essentially for me no different than being into like a group of content creators who like are funny and like make content together, and that's really kind of where I am with it. It just feels like, because it's like VTubing specifically, it feels like it's an entirely like different space than just watching Twitch streamers in that type of way, because it's a little bit weirder.
Fair enough.
But it also really kind of kickstarted me wanting to like make fan art again and like get into drawing and stuff. So that's and I think also it's like because when I started getting into like art in the first place, it was because it was when I got into anime, because like that art style really was like creatively inspiring for me. And so I think getting into VTubers like this point in life, it kind of kickstarted like that same thing that I had when I started getting into anime and manga in the first place when I was like in high school. That I'm like, oh, this is like fun and like aesthetically like in a way that I think is cool, that I would like to start like drawing fan art again. So I think that was cool for me in that way, where I'm like, it got me back into that again. So I do that. I do be watching VTuber streams a lot.
I mean, when you first explained this to me, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
We've lost her.
I know, it's weird.
We've lost her to the dark side.
I know. It's like, and I think it's because like the way that a lot of like the VTuber fandom is different than the way that I interact with it too.
Yes, there is a stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, I know people that watch VTubers in real life.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there is also a lot of like right-wing leading people in the VTuber fandom.
There are.
Which is very upsetting.
I also know the right.
It's incredibly upsetting. It doesn't
that does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, it's upsetting entirely that it's a place for that.
That does not surprise me one bit.
It is upsetting.
And that's really where I was like, the stereotypes are also kind of warranted because it feels like it's the place that would breed incels.
That's why I watch like almost exclusively male VTubers, because none of that's in the male VTuber space. It's all in the female VTuber space.
Well, it's not the female VTubers themselves. Is that my understanding?
No,
it's more so
it's the fandom.
No.
Okay. It's the fandom. Yeah,
no,
weird.
there have been weird VTuber moments where the VTubers are right wing, but that's some of like the indie male VTuber. That's not like the corporate male VTubers. That's like the can you call them indie male VTubers?
The indie grifter VTubers, yeah.
Yes.
There is a
VTuber.
There is also
grifter VTubers.
Crazy. There was a big scandal.
People. Do not give these people your money.
Oh yeah, there was
they
actually
worth your money.
A big scandal with a corporate VTuber recently who got who like it's a very complicated situation, but she had been on hiatus for like ages. And then all of a sudden, like, reappeared on her personal account out of nowhere and was, like, throwing around, like, racial slurs and, like, transphobic slurs and all sorts of stuff. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this? And so her company just terminated her for hate speech. So that does exist in the corporate space sometimes, but
I guess you could say she just decided to crash out.
Yikes.
Essentially, it sounds like.
In a way.
Yeah, that whole situation is even more complicated because she's involved in a scandal with another person who's under investigation at the company for like sexual harassment.
Oh.
And so it complicates it more because now her being terminated, people are like, oh, they're clearly trying to cover for this other guy by kicking her out of the company. And I'm like, no, she got kicked out of that company for being a racist. Like, those are two separate situations entirely.
It's like a whole thing.
But that's also on that other guy just recently got kicked out of the company too, but that no one knows what the results of that investigation were, so that's also another problem. A lot of drama in the VTuber space. Huge drama in that space always.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I've never seen parasocialism go the opposite way, as in terms of like content creators being parasocial to their fans, as much as I've seen it in the VTuber
Which
space.
is kind of crazy because of like, is it because
crazy
of the
amount of backwards parasocialism?
Is it because, do you think, Kayla, of like the, I don't want to say anonymity.
I think that's gotta be part of it.
Or do you think it's like, I don't know.
It has to be
Is it kind of like with Drew?
I think it's gotta be part maybe.
Well, do you think it's because? Can I get existential here?
Yes.
Do you think it's partially because, again, they are? I don't want to say the word celebrity because they're not, but like you have all this attention.
They're basically an influencer, you know.
No matter, but no. But they're not, because the thing about an influencer is that it then affects your life.
Right.
If you are a VTuber, at no point will it affect when you go outside, you're still the same. I'm just gonna say it for all these like weirdo-y ones. You're still the same loser you were before.
Right.
Nothing about your real life changes. You don't become a cooler person unless you break that anonymity. And at that point, what was the point of like you're not a VTuber?
So here's the thing with the corporate VTubing. It is actually very common for like personal lives of like corporate VTubers to be known.
But like those weird fucking weirdo indie ones don't.
Oh yeah,
like the weird
unless they, of course, decide to offer that information
up,
but you know.
Yeah, but that's like later. That's after you've already become popular. Because if you do it from the jump, you're kind of like,
Yeah, and like that's a reason why, like, for in the indie sphere, at least, why a lot of people get into VTubing is the anonymity. Especially if you're like a woman, it is just like infinitely easier to have a VTuber model than it is to put your actual like face on camera. And I think that's, like, a really cool aspect of it. But I do think that does lean into part of why the parasocialism, I think, is some of the worst I've seen in both directions in any fandom ever.
It's a lot. Stay strong, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Maria, would you like to do your other topic?
I guess my other topic essentially is going to be me trying to not talk about for way too long, what's the terminology? Manga and video games, I guess you could say, because that's essentially what else I've been doing and been focusing on. So, like, some manga you guys, I know, have been, like, getting into, like, your romantasy and all that kind of chapter book shit. Oh, do I want to admit this out loud?
Reading is fun.
I don't know. Let's put it this way. I've managed to both find wholesome and, like, not too smutty manga to read that I'm like, wow, I'm really feeling my inner girlhood right now, and I love this. To manga where it's basically, it's or manga and like manhwa, where it's basically, hentai essentially. Essentially that's what it is, But where they're just like, yes, adults doing it, and you see everything, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. So there's that too as well. I have not bought anything physical that's more adults leaning. That's been all, off the internet kind of stuff. So there's that. Yeah. But as for like more wholesome manga, let's leave it at that. What have I been reading that I need to finish? I've been reading Queen's Quality. I've been reading an old series I've read a while ago, Blackbird. Like random ones. What else was I reading recently? Oh, I started Yona of the Dawn. I made to volume 5. What else did I do? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I've been like reading a good amount lately, and that's been really nice. It's been really nice. Oh yeah, I've rediscovered Cardcaptor Sakura. I've been reading Cardcaptor Sakura, so there's that. Just getting back into, a manga has been helping me get back into reading, and honestly been a good stepping stone to get back into reading chapter books. Because again, for a good long while, I used to read a lot as a kid, and then like once end of high school happened, I basically almost stopped cold turkey, and then I didn't read a lot as an adult for a while, and now I'm getting back into it, which is like great. I love it. Using manga, using light novels, and now finally getting back into like reading some adult classics. So it's been phenomenal. And then in the video game sphere side of things, it's definitely been interesting for me. Definitely more JRPG focused as of late.
I love JRPGs. That's my genre of video game, JRPG.
Yes, especially recently, very, very JRPG focused. I'm trying to find, maybe, I don't have Steam open on my computer. Recently it's been like, I've been going back and forth between the Tales of Graces F remaster that was put to Steam, and the Raito remastered. Recently. So I've been going back and forth between those games, and I've been having a good time with both. Let's get into, actually, Kayla, how far are you into the one, the only Clair Obscure?
I have made 33. Absolutely no more progress in Clair Obscure since we last talked.
Fair enough.
Zero.
You're barely into it. I'm like,
I am 4 hours into the game.
I'm close to the halfway mark based on my gameplay thing. I'm like 42%. It's mainly because I'm stuck at this one boss fight that I just, for whatever reason, I have fucked up multiple times now, and I'm just like, maybe I just need to start a new game somewhere else. But I've been enjoying that game so far. I think it's amazing. If I don't finish it by the time the Game Awards come around, I'm gonna probably spoil the story if I don't finish it before the Game Awards gets around this year. Because I've been trying to avoid spoilers for the rest of the story. But it's been great so far.
It is a gorgeous game, and I love the combat system. I love the parry dodge combat system.
I'm like, holy shit, this is such a good AA game. Like, some of the founding members are like ex-Ubisoft employees, which frankly says a lot right now with the fuckery that Ubisoft's been going on. Oh my god, there's been some interesting video game news too in terms of Ubisoft, and just video games in general. God, all bullshit surrounding Xbox lately. And not limited to what their parent company has been doing in terms of layoffs and shit. It's ridiculous. God. And then there's then there's like everything with Ubisoft and their whole corporate. Maybe they're getting taken over by Tencent, and then they create this new subsidiary that has all their popular IP in there. that apparently, surprise, surprise, one of the co-CEOs is the son of the CEO of the main parent company, so it's like, oh, and that apparently co-CEO, that's the son of the, main CEO, apparently worked at a small company on NFT game stuff, which I'm just like, oh, great, joy, love that. Fucking A, Nepo baby, and worked on bullshit NFT shit. Love it. Fucking hate it here. It's because out of sheer spite that I still refuse to get, like, the recent Assassin's Creed game. Even though curiosity is killing me on that one, but I want the price to drop much lower for that, because I'm like, there's no way I'm paying 70 fucking bucks for that game. Absolutely no way. But the one video game, though, actually there's a couple I'm excited for later on this year. One is the Trails in the Sky first chapter, because that's going to be a remake. I'm very excited to pick that up because I finally want to start at like the beginning of the Legend of Heroes series, because that's a very long running series of JRPGs, and that's a whole fucking
very
thing.
Long.
It is very long, but from what I hear, it's like well worth it. It's hype, and I'm like, I finally want to start with the first game and get into that. So that one I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna buy that at full price for sure. And then I did it. I did pre-order. I am a sucker. I'm a loser. I pre-ordered for Ghost of Yotei because I had to.
That feels on brand.
I had to.
Entirely.
It is on brand. For those who aren't aware, it's basically the next entry in the Ghost series by Sucker Punch. The first one was Ghost of Tsushima. If you want to hear my long-winded thoughts on that, we have an episode talking about video games. It's number 1 on my list. I'm so excited though for Ghost of Yotei, mainly because of the fucking gameplay. The gameplay looks like it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm so fucking excited. We're gonna get different weapons. We're gonna get, like, much more variety of enemy and combat stuff. We could have a wolf fight aside us at random points, depending on how the story progresses. I'm very excited about combat and shit like that. Like, it looks like the gameplay is actually gonna be made to be even more fun than, like, the first game, which I'm, like, because, like, it did get a little bit, as much as I love Tsushima, it did get repetitive at points with certain, like, actions and items and stuff. But I am very excited. Like, it feels like they're actually trying to utilize the world much better than, like, previously, too. And how the story progression grows and stuff like that. I'm also excited for, like, the story is where I have the biggest question mark, because I'm not quite sure how it's going to play out. But the theme... So, okay, recently, Alamo Drafthouse, if you know what that is, it's, like, one of those more... I wouldn't say boutique theaters, but, like, kind of... They serve food there. It's good. They're doing, like, a thing in, like, August featuring, like, 5 different films that allegedly... They're doing a promotion with Sony and Sucker Punch for Yotei, doing, like, 5 films. The majority I have seen, and the one I haven't seen I'm very well aware of. About, like, inspirations for the game. And it's, like, it's a lot of, like, what I imagined immediately Lady Snowblood, which is, like, that Japanese woman with a sword vengeance type film, which is a thing. And then the other films are basically all related to, like, either wandering Ronin, just either wandering aimlessly, or getting roped up into some bullshit that they realize they have to, use their fucking sword and wits to get out of. The one, that would include, like, Zatoichi, was it Lone Wolf and Cub? What was the other one they listed? 13 Assassins, which... The director of the 13 Assassins remake, I think that came out back in 2013 or something like that. It was a while ago. They're using a gameplay mode, where essentially it's like more blood, more intense action camera focus, more blood in the gameplay. Great, love it. And we're getting, like, a lo-fi hip-hop beats mode, which is inspired by Samurai Champloo. That's an anime I started also recently. Very good so far. And a lot of beats using, like, Nujabes is on the soundtrack. R.I.P. Nujabes, even though he died quite a while ago. Really long time. It's like 15 years now. It's crazy. Like, that kind of, like, beats production. But which is, like, really cool that you could just flick it on. You could just, like, wander all throughout Ezo, aka, what is now known as Hokkaido, just playing that. And then, like, the story is just where I'm not quite sure how it's going to go, because then for one of the films, the reason why I say this is because one of the films from the Alamo Drafthouse thing they list is Ran. And Ran is interesting because that's essentially multiple samurai clans fighting each other. It's loosely inspired by King Lear, that film. It's very gorgeous. Technology-wise, stunning. Easily Akira Kurosawa's last grand film. He did release, like, a couple after that, but, like, still, that was his last big epic. So, which also kind of makes me pause for the story, because I'm like, I don't know how the story is going to go. I know, obviously, the premise is that she's trying to take out revenge, after these 6 guys, the Yote 6 as they're being dubbed, killed the rest of her family and left her to die, essentially, as a child. And she's now seeking out revenge and stuff, as, like, essentially an outlaw swords woman, I guess, in this situation. When I saw Ron pop up, though, as an inspiration from that Alamo Draft House scene, that made the wheels turn. I'm like, oh, she can be involved with getting clans to fight each other in this game? Is this gonna be some, like, kind of conspiracy shit going on? What is gonna happen? So I'm like, I don't know how this plot's going to go. And, like, with wandering, like, swordsman type, those Ronin type films, it's like, it can vary. I don't know. And that's, like, really my biggest question mark. I'm like, and based on how they describe the structure for it, I'm like, I'm not quite sure if it's going to be executed as well as Tsushima, but, like, that's my biggest question mark. But otherwise, it sucks that it's coming out in a month, too, where I have so many, like, adult appointments I have to deal with for, like, my health and stuff, because all my annual appointments are that month, so I'm like, it's gonna suck for trying to play this game. But I'm, like, so excited for that game. I'm just like, I need more in that world. Obviously, it's 300 years later, because it's taking place, like, I think right at the tail end of the Sengoguchi Dai period. But, in Hokkaido, obviously. But yeah. And they're gonna have Ainu people in that game. I don't know how many, but they're gonna have... The Ainu people are gonna be involved in some way, shape, or form as well. Which is, one of the native, I guess, indigenous groups within Japan. There's, like, technically 3, because it's, like, them, the Okinawans, and I forget the third one, but they're in, like, the bigger islands somewhere along there. Yeah. I just rambled for a hot minute, but, like, yeah, video games fun. As you could tell, a lot of either Japanese inspired, which is the case of Sucker Punch, or, like, from straight up from Japan games. It's just been a blast. Yeah. Japanese media is, and apparently, British media as well, mostly filling the void. Yeah. Pretty much. I'm becoming full-on jack of many nerd trades at the moment. It's like, I'm like, wow. I'm like, so, it's like I'm stretched so far from hobbies. Just, it's weird. I don't know. But, yeah.
Sammy, would you like to get into probably the least nerd hobby out of all 3 of us that you've been filling the time with?
Is it the least nerd hobby or the most nerd hobby?
I would say it's the least nerd hobby.
You think this is the most normie hobby we have?
You put it up next to VTubers and JRPGs. Like, I mean,
you put anything up next to VTubers, it's
Sammy, give us your basic bitch hobby that you've been into.
I got into F1.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of niche in terms of, like, sports to watch.
It is, but I think compared to VTubers, yeah, it is. In comparison to VTubers, yes. In comparison to sports fans, kind of the most niche. More niche.
Yeah.
But yes, I got into Formula One. To be fair, I've always kind of been into Formula One. Given that it has always been sort of on in my household. Kind of. So, we were a soccer family first, and, like, F1 is a sport that I am familiar with. And then, starting, like, last year, I don't know how my algorithm started feeding me content about Formula One, and we're talking, like, mainly driver content, so I learned the drivers of Formula One. And the best part about Formula One is at any given time, you want to know how many people you need to know? 20. Mwah. Perfection. I only need to know 20 people? Amazing.
It's so nice.
It's so convenient.
Coming from, like, K-pop, it's like, that was a reasonable amount of people.
And, like, realistically, even if you count all, like, the reserve drivers and the people in the background, you're looking at, like, 30 max? And some of those people aren't even, like, currently driving. They're just around. They just were, like, drivers last season that aren't currently drivers. You know what I mean? Like, it's great. I'm not into Formula 2. I'm not into Formula 3. Too much. I don't know who's the up-and-coming drivers. We're not there yet. But Formula One, loving that. I have not seen Drive to Survive. It's partially why I got Netflix again. I need to watch Drive to Survive because every year the Drive to Survive cameras are there to do the behind-the-scenes reality show about the current F1 season. So that's fun. I have seasons of that to get up to. But yes, I am into Formula One. I'm into Fast Cars Go Vroom Vroom.
Fast Cars Go Vroom Vroom.
Fast Cars Go Vroom Vroom. If you want my credentials here, if you would like to just know, I'm sort of a McLaren Mercedes girly. Top drivers were looking Piastri, Russell, and Leclerc. I'm glad I'm not a Ferrari fan because to be a Ferrari fan is to suffer. Thank God I'm not. My grandpa's a Ferrari fan, and to be a Ferrari fan is to suffer. Well, he was a Ferrari fan from, like, back when, like, Schumacher was still in Ferrari. Like, he was back when Ferrari was good. Now Ferrari's struggling. We're in the midst of this is why I'm, like, I got into F1, and, like, the last 3 weeks have just been hell, because we're at the point of trading season, and is someone gonna lose their seat? Next year is gonna be a mess because of all the new regulations. I have so many opinions on that. Everyone's like, Mercedes is gonna be great, that's why Max should go to Mercedes. I'm like, we don't know that. Also, if you want my opinion on the Max Mercedes drama, I think it's gonna be Max and Kimmy. I want it to be Max and George because I think Max and George would be funnier and also give you the better chance at a constructors championship. I think that would be like a basic, that would be better, because Kimmy's great, but Kimmy's 18 years old. Kimmy needs some time, and I don't want Kimmy anywhere near Jos Verstappen, that monster that he is. Also, opinions. My favorite team principal is Toto. Those mean nothing to either other people on this.
They sure
on this
mean
entire
absolutely
podcast.
nothing to me. You're really saying names of
words.
people. Yeah.
To be an F1 fan is to every once in a while just hear someone say 8 names in a row,
and I'm like, sure.
and then
Very
just
cool
be like,
stuff. Very cool stuff.
I do think, and if you want my opinion, currently we are right before the Belgian Grand Prix. I think it's going to be hard fought, but I think Oscar's winning the season. I hope Oscar's winning the season. I want that to happen, so I'm willing it to happen. But Lando's also fine. I like Lando. I'm not a Lando hater. Other opinions are, I don't know. That second Red Bull seat's fucked. Always has been fucked for years. If you've had to go through 5 different drivers, I think the car is fucked. It's not the driver's car fault that the car is fucked. No one can drive that car. Checo can't drive it, you can't drive it, Liam can't drive it. If no one can drive the car is the problem. Just saying. I have a lot of opinions about that second Red Bull seat. If the second Red Bull seat is getting outpaced by the little brother team in Racing Bulls, then I think the car is fucked. Just saying. I think it's the car's fault. Max can drive the car, but Max could drive a literal tractor to pole position. Sorry. This is when I've just become my worst self. I apologize. I've become my worst self. I'm now...
Truly, the words you're saying mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna be honest. I don't know what's happening.
Have any meaning.
I can go off for 45 minutes, but I know I'm boring you both to tears. I will get you both to watch a race.
I'm not crying yet.
I will watch a race.
I will get you both to watch. Trust me, I can go on for 45 minutes. I can go on for 45 minutes about my opinions on the Max Verstappen going to Mercedes debacle. Which is a whole other thing. Because that's Toto's wet dream, I swear to God. Toto is my favorite team principal. And I also, favorite team, Mercedes and McLaren. Worst team? I don't know. Alpine ain't been doing shit this year. I don't have a worst team. Also, there's so much content for the drivers. It is sort of like K-pop adjacent in the way that the drivers produce so much content. They are media figures. They have so much media figures. I mean, Lewis Hamilton was one of the chairs at this year's Met Gala. But Lewis Hamilton is beyond this sport. 7-time world champion. beyond the sport, beyond everything else, aside from that, all of these people are like doing their darnest. They're doing a lot of content. They are media personalities. They have a reality show with Drive to Survive. It's like a whole thing. And on top of all that, there's a very large, as I've been learning, very large crossover of the K-pop fan and the F1 fan.
That's very funny.
It's a decently large crossover.
It's crazy also because there's huge crossover from K-pop into VTubers, but I feel like that makes a ton of sense. I would expect that a lot less from F1.
Into F1?
Into F1, yeah.
That's fair. But also it is real. It is happening. It's a lot. The merch is expensive. The merch is too expensive. Make it cheaper, people. I don't need... But also,
You did get those Legos.
I never thought I'd be here.
You bought those
I did actually get Legos. I did build my first Legos. I did get the mystery box little Lego cars. I have them in front of me. I did get a Red Bull. I didn't get all 12 of them, because hell no. I'm not getting that far. I did get a Red Bull, a Ferrari, a Mercedes, and a McLaren because I'm basic. And I think those were the ones that looked the best. And the people at the Lego store, having only been in there once to get these, were very nice and did offer to help me look for the ones I wanted. And that's how all blind boxes should be. I should be able to find out what I want. I do love that it's not a blind box. You can just look it up. But yes, I am now into sports. And engineering.
Niche sports, at least.
Niche sports. Who knows? Let's go to Vegas, people.
Yes. Vegas time.
Let's go to Vegas. Let's go watch fast cars go vroom vroom 50 times in a circle. Not a circle. It's
around a place.
Track, but yeah.
Around the streets of Vegas. It's not even a track, really.
True.
It's the streets of Vegas.
It's just Vegas. Yep.
It just is. It's a street track.
It's Las Vegas.
It is the Strip. They're just driving around the strip.
But that's what we've been up to in the year 2025, everybody.
Yeah.
Not that anybody was asking
So
for
far.
that, but we figured
Hey,
it
our
would be
channel
fun.
is still getting traction.
We got a subscriber 5 days ago, and I logged into our YouTube for the first time in 6 months yesterday, and I thought that was fucking crazy. So
It's insane to me.
Like, we got so many hate comments on our worst songs of all time video to go through, and I'm like, yes, I haven't seen this in a while.
It's still getting comments, and I think that's funny.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny when several years... Someone got really mad Wonderland wasn't our best song of Road to Kingdom Legendary War when we gave it 3rd place. So, you know, people got something to be mad about always.
I mean, someone told us that we were dropped on our heads.
Yeah, someone said who dropped you on your head as a baby.
Someone
said never speak your opinion on again. Yeah, like lots of that.
At some point, we're getting this close to someone telling us to go kill ourselves.
Oh yeah, and I'm shocked we haven't gotten that with some of the stuff on the channel. So
I think YouTube might delete those comments.
Maybe.
I don't think you can say that anymore.
But
Probably
I don't know
not.
for sure.
I don't think you can. I don't know if you can, but I feel like that's one that
I'm gonna
YouTube
hope
might
that's
filter
not
out.
allowed on YouTube.
You'd hope so at this point,
Right?
You know?
But anyway,
Yes.
I have no idea if or when we will ever make more episodes of this.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Happy 5 years
Again,
of the
I still
podcast,
think-
though. The podcast has existed over 5 years now, so
Yay.
that's
It is.
That's cute.
And there have been maybe we'll do a quarterly update.
Maybe we just come back, for quarterly updates. Yeah, I feel like that might be doable. Quarterly updates, just on the state of things.
Just on the state of K-pop, our
Yeah.
lives, everything else.
I like
Just
that.
you know,
I like
K-pop,
that
the
vibe.
K-pop adjacent,
Yeah.
everything, whatever.
Hey, you do what you gotta do. We do what we gotta do. Maybe we'll come back with a review of K-pop Demon Hunters 2, which better happen.
Maybe
Hey, well-
maybe I'm hoping honestly it gets turned into a like a TV series. I'm kind of hoping for that. I think it would work really well as a TV series.
It would be nice, but the
maybe
problem
eventually I'll
is like the animation quality always drops for a TV series because they have to stretch the budget. So that's
Who's
why
to
I'm
say?
like,
I don't know. Maybe I'll get my wish, and we can pivot this podcast into an F1 podcast.
An
so we
F1
can get media
podcast.
clearance.
jeez.
I want free shit. F1 might give us free shit. We can get media clearance. We can get free shit out of that.
The podcast would really have to pick up like an insane amount of traction for the
would.
free shit. I can't imagine there are more people making F1 content than there are making K-pop content, at least. So
Fair enough. I don't know,
Who's
man.
to say?
The
Anyway.
other problem is if we were to do that, we would have to buy flights.
Yeah,
We
and
have to
that's...
go to Europe so much.
I'd have to be, like, rich to do that.
You have to be very... What, you don't want to try to go to Monaco? For fun?
One of the, like, most, like, bougie countries that exist.
It's like the
The country that exists for F1.
Monaco?
The country that exists that is the size of, like, Disneyland.
Right?
Yeah, true, yeah. They're tiny.
It is a tiny... But also where where most of the F1 drivers live.
Mm-hmm,
Where they just maintain residences.
Yep.
Insane. The amount of money, I swear to God.
It's a very rich sport. It's a sport.
It is a rich sport.
It involves a lot of money.
It's like any of those equestrian
to
stuff
put
too.
something into
Also
perspective,
rich.
when I was talking about the Max moving to Mercedes drama, some of the evidence for that is that Max took his private yacht, and Toto Wolff, the CEO / principal of Mercedes, took his private yacht, and both of them happened to be off the coast of the Italian island of Sardinia at the same time, where everyone was assuming they were making deals
On their
and then
private
Max left
yachts.
there. Private yachts. And then, obviously, he left, and then we got Photoshopped pictures, which everyone thought were real, of Max in his private jet, which he does have with Toto on the jet.
Man.
Which, the jet is real. The photos were fake, but the jet is real. To just put in perspective the words I'm saying. Obviously, you know, everyone's private yachts off the coast of Sardinia.
Everyone's got that problem. You gotta check out for secret deals on the private
Yeah,
yachts, you know.
major first world problems there.
Possibly unemployed George Russell just bought his own $3 million yacht. Who knows? Is that because he has a contract or because he's going through unemployment? And who goes through unemployment and buys a $3 million yacht? Who's to say? I love George Russell. He's a fucking diva and I love him. I speak no ill will toward George Russell. Those are just names. Again, I'm just saying names.
I am just saying those are certainly names of people.
They exist. I don't know the context.
Those are certainly people. I would love to know the people in your mind's eye that you're picturing when you picture these names I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But it's very funny.
They're just the most generic white man imaginable, really.
Oh, yeah.
Nationality. What do you think? When I say the name George Russell, what's your nationality of choice?
I would think like British.
It feels very British.
Like
I don't know.
Irish.
It feels very. It's
he
so
is very
white.
British.
It feels British.
He's
yeah.
so British.
Yeah.
He is the most British-looking British person that's ever British.
Oh, he's definitely from a
most
British
person
family,
to British.
then, if that's the case.
Oh, absolutely not. Quite well.
You gotta have money.
You gotta have money to be an
F1
F1 driver. So many people. All right.
Yes.
As I continue to make fun of George Russell, as the entire F1 community continues to do the same.
That's the episode. We'll be back maybe in the future. Who's to say? I make no promises for anything, but we'll see.
I'm surprised we made this episode.
Yeah.
I know. It was really a whim. I was like, we talked about something K-pop adjacent, and I was like, do you want to film an episode of the podcast?
Maria didn't know we were going to do a podcast until 2
Maria
hours ago.
showed up 2 minutes before we were set to record in our voice chat, and we were just like, hey, we're recording the podcast.
You want to come
I'm like, okay, bet, let's do it. I love spontaneous stuff.
And here we are.
That
Here we
I can do
are.
last minute.
We love spontaneity.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, ooh, what kind of microphone again?
So,
my nice microphone could still get good use out of it. Nice. Yay.
I know. I have this fancy microphone now, and just like, it's good.
And it's just going to waste.
It's really good when I Twitch stream, though, because I'm like way fancier than most people who Twitch stream because I got a fancy podcast microphone.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the episode. We'll see you in the future, maybe.
Whenever, I guess.
But until then, whatever.
On the flip
bye.
side.
Bye.